Alright, no token doublers. Instead, I'm just going to put Smothering Tithe in that spot. There we go. There are a lot of cards that you can put in this deck. It's kind of hard to find an exact 100, but I want to play the game. It's been over an hour, so we're going to just play the game at starting like this. So Jansen's been on my list of things to play for a while. I haven't played it. 3-mana 3/3 haste Mardu colors. Sack an artifact creature, make 2 treasures. Sack a non-creature artifact, and make 2 1/1s that are artifact creatures. So it kind of loops on its own once it gets going. There's a bunch of stuff that are sack friendly in artifacts. There's a bunch of removal, I suppose, token like treasure doubler kind of things to sack, things that make artifact creatures, things that draw when you sacrifice them, a bunch of tapping and untapping and whatnot. Halo Fountain is one of those untapped cards with this, but it still costs a fair amount of mana to activate. You can't, like, maybe with Paradox Engine go a little crazy or something like that, but I'm just not going to play it for now. Alright, we're sending it. I don't know, we're sending it. I'm delirious. It took too long. I know, the stream title's actually been a lie. I've not played Magic cards. It's been over an hour. This is the... What is this? I don't... Engage your combat, choose a thing, stuff. Alright, I've not seen that in... I don't know. Is this good? Is this a good hand? It's a weird hand. Yeah, I don't know. This hand might be wrong. It actually doesn't have any artifacts in it, huh? Whoops. Oh well. Oh well. Who needs artifacts in the artifact deck? Looking for a land, I think? Bolus's Citadel is not what I'm looking for, especially against a mono red deck. This is an interesting commander, I must admit. I think I will blitz out the Facebreaker, even in the face of nonsense here. Because I have Reanimate, I need a mountain, right? Yeah. We're just gonna blitz this out. I wish they would kill it this moment right here. Ah, but they didn't. Because then I could Reanimate or something. I mean, there's like such a small, minuscule chance. Alright, anything but Lightning Bolt, please. Anything that looks like there's no Lightning Bolt. It's fine, it's not Lightning Bolt. Let's, Surveil, and then Reanimate that. Which Surveil? This one? I think any of them are fine. Diabolic Intent. Well, without anything to do with it, I'm not going to sack either of the 2 things I have available to me. What is the free spell my opponent's holding up this whole time? It can't be the Red Flare. I don't know. I don't know what my opponent's doing. That's holding priority with no mana. It's kind of nuts how much information is given by free priority holding. It's like insane. Pyrokinesis? Oh, sure. They didn't discard Pyrokinesis. Is this worth killing with Pyrokinesis? I wonder. Oh, well, with Beaumont Courier, I guess it is. Because you just start drawing cards again? Kinda. When can you... Discard your hand, sack this, put all cards... Okay, it doesn't really work out too well to do that. What do they... Is it exile or discard? Mizium Mortars. Wow. Alright, let's play... Commander in be kind of sad that the only thing to sacrifice is this interlacer. And I think we just pass. Yep. I probably don't sack it if they don't kill my commander. Oh, wow. Alright. I mean, I'm a bit surprised at the pyrokinesis being fired off on a 2-3. It's kind of weird. Land is fine. Let's go right into combat. Okay, that just happened. Let's play Tinker's Toe. Oh, they probably would trade with the Johnny, so I guess I won't let them do that. I could actually chainsaw my own Ajani token and then not have a red permanent. Oh wait, no, this is the red permanent. Hold on, is this just gross? Wait a minute. Is this just like an actually disgustingly gross turn? This is a red permanent. Oh, I get to leave up Enlightened Tutor too? Wow, this is nuts. Ajani is just so stupid. It's just ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Why is that allowed? That's so gross. I guess we're in a Ajani deck. Aggravated assault. Oh wow, alright. Well, that is leading to scary things. I'm not gonna tutor for anything specific here. Let's play our commander. Sack the chromatic star? I think. Play land. Do an immeasurable amount of damage to the face. I guess I could plus this at least once to have that parked thing, but why would I do that when I'm just winning with damage? Oh wait, could I have moved this? No, the equipped is 3. It's only 2 damage. It's not lethal. Alright, well this cost 500 mana, so we'll see what happens here. Opponent loses life, then destroy all creatures. Okay, so all creatures are dead. Vampiric Enlightened Tutor for Paradox Engine. Manufacturer 3/5. No, that's not enough. Smithy actually is pretty good here, I'd say. Let's play it. The -4 also isn't really doing anything anyways, so yeah. Ajani is an angle that is difficult to deal with board wipes. Let me tell you, this card is gross. Alright. I'm going to keep this hand. It just needs a land. Tormod's Crypt. What? In Harrogast? What's the point of that? I don't get it. I'm sure we'll find out. Dark Ritual is pretty good here with Solemn Simulacrum. Let's get a Swamp or a Plains. I guess we could get a Plains. I don't even agree with killing this. I don't agree at all that you should kill this. Should probably just let it chill. Okay, well. Okay. Okay, game. Do I play Puzzle Knot? Probably not. Probably not. Oh look, it's Tezzeret. Guess that kind of explains the Tormod's Crypt, I guess. Okay, sure. You got it. So, let's play Zorn. Swing with the... Alright, yeah, I don't know. Tezzeret's gonna die. This is in my opponent's deck for some reason, and then they got Ghost Vacuum instead of, like, something that draws a card? Like a Chromatic Sphere or something? Bolas' Citadel has not come up yet. It probably won't come up, honestly. Probably not. Well, Black Market's a card, I guess. Oh, it's the first sliver. Okay. I haven't seen the first sliver in a while. Quite a while, actually. I could just... oh, that was the best draw in my deck. That was the literal best possible draw. Wow. That's nuts. That's just actually insane. Alright. Discard... Wait, twice and put... What? Okay, so they got some signets, I guess. I'm gonna plus this because I want the -4 as a thing I have access to. And I should also play something that dodges a board wipe. I mean, I could just sack that anyways, I don't know. Man, the damage of this left alone is nuts. Alright, do we have the perfect colored mana? We do. This signet was random, by the way. Oh, look! A sweeper. Right off the top randomly. Amazing. So, each one... Let's play... What do we do? Chainsaws, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6 in attack, 7... So... Commander? No, we're just gonna do this. We're just doing this. And then we're gonna cast Tezzeret? No, we're not. We're gonna play that, this, swing. Oh, it doesn't have... Oh, I missed a token. I'm an idiot. It doesn't have haste. I thought the 3/2 could attack and I was gonna make a doll token. Alright, I'm an idiot. Unfortunately, however, we're still looking pretty good. They have to deal with the board and a 3/3 haste creature. Also, activating a Johnny did not fundamentally matter. There's nothing to reanimate really in my graveyard. They didn't get anything. They have Omniscience in their deck? What? Why do you have Omniscience in your deck? Alright, get wrecked. Hey, we beat the first sliver. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of surprising. They also randomly generated a black-white thing, which apparently was the mana they needed? Yep. I mean, they do get to pick and choose between the two they generate, and I don't know if which one's, like, relics. Is it random? It is random. This is extremely unreliable for, like, a ramp spell. This is kind of a cool one. I don't know, you could just play any other, like, Lantern, or there's so many cards you could play instead of this. It does give you 2 mana ramp, and 1 goes into play immediately, so that's kind of neat. That is a mana confluence. That is a Mox Opal. They did not have to cast Mox Opal right there. They could have just waited. It's usually right to wait. They're probably just being lazy. I don't blame them. Okay. No, you have Entomb Reanimate? Are you kidding me? Okay, well. Historic Brawl, I guess. Do I swing first? I'm trying to think. Yeah. I guess I'll play it anyways, but... Do I swing with it? No, that's not correct. There's only... It gets 2 treasure tokens? Yeah, there's no reason to sack it now. Unless I want to exile something for cogwork. Maybe I do. Maybe I do, yeah. I think that's reasonable, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's reasonable. Okay, there's probably... Black market? All of these are fairly the same. I don't know. I doubt it's Chainsaw. These are all kind of similar, except Chainsaw. I'm taking one of these 3. I just don't know which one exactly. Alright, so... do this. Swing. Yeah. And then play Black Market. And they kept Thought Not Seer around, interestingly. Okay, that stack doesn't matter. Wishclaw Talisman is ideal. So is this. We could get Paradox Engine? I don't really know. I can also just lose to the dumbest card in the game next turn and nothing matters anyways. I really don't know what I'm looking for off this. I need to make at least one, well, as many things as I can do with that card is what I need to do with it. So let's get rid of that. Let's play Wishclaw. No, whoa. Let's play Chainsaw. Get rid of the Mana Dork. Could have done that in the opposite order, actually, so that had more stuff on to it. Let's steal Thought Knot. It's a colorless threat. They cannot exile it. My opponent's hand is awful. Let's take that thing. Let's play the damage game or the... Alright. We did it. We did enough things that my opponent was over it. I have to play this turn 1. This is a good card. I don't know if I have time for it, but I would like to try to cast it at least once. So that'd be pretty cool. Stern Scolding wins the game. It looks like they didn't have it. They'll put this on white or red. Probably white. Either white or it doesn't matter, so I don't know. It's one of the two. Let's play this, I guess. This plays around Wash Away, which I would probably definitively lose against had they had that. I don't know, Wash Away this time. You could just cast your commander. It's not unreasonable here. It is a 1/4. Okay. When this attacks, scry 1. Okay, that's kind of neat. Swing with these two. Sack the frontliner. Can I target myself with this? No. That would be kind of funny, huh? So, now what? Just pass the turn? Yep. I could sack this, but I'd rather not do that right now. It actually really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Like how, in any order I do it. This one can get countered at this point, which I guess could get a counterspell out of my opponent's hand, so they're both kind of reasonable, maybe. Okay, that did just simply work. Swing here. Play this. They're gonna untap with their commander and probably just beeline ahead of me. That doesn't matter. Yeah, I guess I should have sacked the munitions then. Oh, here we are. It's not too late to do... Wait, what does that do? Whenever you scry verse counter, exile this, draw for each verse. If it has 7 or more verse counters on it, take an extra turn. Okay. That is a lot of... there's a lot of that. So let's get rid of the munitions. I think I'm just going to kill the Ajani token at this point. So I guess I'll just do that. I don't know if this deck plays protection spells. It feels a little weird. But I think maybe one of them scries? Maybe? Kind of? Maybe? Let's just run this out, I guess. And I'm just gonna do this now. I'm just going to get that out of the way. There's no reason to really hold it. Opponent has to deal with the board. In their mono blue deck, there are very few cards that do, in fact, deal with the board. So they're going to need one of them. Honestly, I should have left up Lightning Bolt. It doesn't. I don't think there's anything Lightning Bolt's gonna really meaningfully change, actually. They just, like, have to have one of the few answers to this. Like, no, not even Cyclonic Rift. They don't have enough mana. It's, like, just River's Rebuke. It's, like, the only card here. I guess you could extra turn spam, but you'd have to do something with that. It really is just River's Rebuke, I think. Or one of the things that are similar to it. Okay, well that certainly isn't it. Let's, present lethal. They had Cyclonic Rift. Of course they did. Why did they wait until I activated it? That makes no sense. They let me get to an activation with this. That's insane. Oh, it's because I had a way to get it back. Ah, it's because I had a way to get it back. I see. Like, I don't know why they let me have the option regardless, though. It just seems weird. 5, 6. Oh, okay. They had Cyclonic Rift and Aetherize, so did we just assume my opponent has also everything else that they'd love to have? There is no real reason to flip this. Yeah, I'm not. I could just play whatever. Flipping a Johnny right now doesn't do anything. So. Did I play a land? I'm gonna draw right now. Okay, I did not play a land. It was right to do that. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's not enough. Alright. They had Cyclonic Rift and Aetherize. Do you also have River's Rebuke? None of these cards help you scry or surveil or anything with your commander. They're specifically so you don't die. And that's all they've had. But we haven't really seen many cards that would benefit with their commander in play. Tap to surveil, which draws a card. There's nothing I can do about that. It's fine. they're back to being dead. At this point, I don't think there's a single card in the game that saves them. Other than, like, 16 stifle effects, which I guess is possible. Suppose it's possible. Looks like they didn't have it. Alright. I'm not sandbagging them. I'm just trying to make sure this lightning bolt gets through. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Alright. I thought that was a different kind of counterspell. I'm like, oh, we actually did get it through by casting things in the order in which we cast them, but no, this can't counter spells. But hey, I got them to tap out. So there's merit in that. I don't think it was two. There's always one off, right? I had to use the lightning bolt like that. I can't say we have too many expensive cards in here, but when you look at hands like that, it definitely feels like it. Goblin Engineer's interesting. I mean, all of this is interesting. Hidden Stockpile's probably... No, I think the actually Doll Maker's too slow just because it won't get there. So do I play this? Alright. Dollmaker doesn't play too nice into the commander we're playing against, specifically. Let's bin... I gotta read this. It's like 3 years. So I kind of like the tote over and over. I guess Hovership is about similar, except they can just straight up exile things. Oh look, it's the best card in 1/1 counter deck. Amazing. Amazing. Do I play my commander? I think I should, yeah. And I will sack my end step, so... This gives me a 1/1 servo. Alright, we did some funny loop-de-loops there. Treasure. This should kill this, right? 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, never mind. I'm just actually stupid. I'm just actually dumb. I'm just gonna exile it instead. Yeah, I missed the damage. Whoops. Nobody saw anything. It's fine. Is there anything to reanimate? No. Let's just make our little 1/1 there. Alright. Well, it looks like we're doing the thing our deck was designed to do for the first time. So that's pretty cool. That's fairly neat. Against probably the best card in Titus. Alright. Get totally shriek. I tried to say trample and schmeeded at the same time and it came out as shrampled. It also specifically shut down the exact cards I played that game, too. It wasn't like I had a hand like this that didn't have any of the card draw spells in it. Because the Drix doesn't work with Leovold. I'd say on average it's not too good against me. But there it obviously was. Oh, look at that. I have the MH3 deck. Look at that. Yeah, I'm going to swing. Wait, do I swing with both? Yeah, that doesn't block it efficiently, so... Maybe I play Crucius instead? I should probably play this instead, because the Goblin Bombardment's better than Crucius here. And I want that to resolve. They played a tapped land. Oh, come on. Come on. Really? I guess I should have played Weapons Manufacturing. I should have just played that instead. That is annoying. Dark Ritual, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I Dark Ritual this hand out? Dark Ritual, 1, 2, 3, 4. Weapons Manufacturing. Sure. I mean, they either count... It's not like Dark Ritual is doing anything, so I guess I'll just cast it via the counterspell. So it's just countering a Solemn Simulacrum. The Dark Ritual is not really part of the game plan. Of course, they have a counterspell again. I guess I actually do get something out of it. Never mind. I forgot about that. I can exile from the graveyard, too. Alright, worked out then. Well, eventually I'll be able to play the game. It is bound to happen eventually. That doesn't matter. So they can make it a 4? 5? 4? 3? Okay. Okay. They could have targeted the Johnny Cat token anyways, so that wouldn't have really done anything. Alright, well, we're ahead. My opponent needs something to stop the board, which again is specifically Cyclonic Rift, River's Rebuke, and not much else. Pre-combat, post-combat, doesn't really matter, does it? No. I guess I could have played this one first for an energy. I don't think I'm going to get to 4 energy this game, though. It doesn't really matter. Did they attack me or not? They did? I don't even know. I don't think it matters, but I can't tell. So, swing, except with these two. Okay. You got it. Oh, I forgot. I can sack the reactor. I forgot. Alright, I missed lethal. Yeah, I completely forgot about the reactor's ability. That's really funny. Completely forgot about it. So let's do this. Oh, wait. We wait till after combat at this point. I think they're dead anyways. Yeah, they're still dead, but that was a mistake. The Academy had to do the thing. Alright, get Schmied it. I could have killed this, it doesn't matter. This is really weird. I don't know what that's going on here. I've never seen anyone play this. Huh. And a mono blue... I mean, it's a flashing 5/5. It seems a little goofy, though. It's kind of cool, I guess. This is also a bit weird. I should probably get the Triome, so I don't make mistakes here. Yeah, I'm going to get the Triome here. Let's not worry about surveilling. Alright, we did it. We put a 1/1 in play. We literally did it. I guess I just play Gut? I guess? Could have sacked the 1/1, honestly. Okay, this is the same exact sequence as last time we played. I had Gut, they had Grief. They took Goblin Bombardment. Alright, get Schmiede. I suppose at that point I'm just casting my commander. I don't know. Playing into a sweeper is lame, but what else? I'm just not going to play my cards. Hey, we actually scared somebody. I didn't think that would ever happen. Of all the things to concede to automatically, I'm never doing that against Jansen. So that's kind of nice. Maybe there's a 1-drop, maybe there isn't. It looks like there's not. It's just Rampant Growth, Explosive, I lose. Confluence, random 1/1. Maybe they play a Mana Dork? No? Okay, well they didn't cast, Wait. What? My opponent didn't do anything. Oh my goodness. I missed the the Dollmaker shot play. I guess I got super stun locked with the fact that they in fact just did not do anything, so I guess I'm playing this then. Opponent just didn't do anything. Well, you have to have something now. Okay. You can't do nothing for 3 turns in Historic Brawl. I'm still losing. Let's see if they... I did not mean to swing with my commander, but swing with my commander I did. That was a mistake. I did not mean to do that. I mean, I didn't really have anything to sacrifice, but still. But again, like I said, nothing matters. They just mindlessly ramp, do nothing else, cast a combo, I lose. Making treasure tokens is not going to change that. So... if I... I mean, nothing matters. Nothing matters. Nothing matters here. Does this help? Target creature? So they can't kill this? What about Paradox Engine looping? No, it doesn't happen this turn, so it cannot be good enough. It doesn't happen right now. Yeah, all of the cards I'm playing, none of this does anything. I'm just playing cards. They have 3 activations, or even 2. Nothing is gonna help me here. I don't even have a 5th land, actually. Wait, why did they not cast a combo? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They could have cast a combo and just didn't do that. I don't understand. In my opinion, it's far and away the best thing to do. I don't know why you would not do it. Maybe they're just proving my point that it doesn't matter, and they can just wait 1,000 years before they do it. That's probably the logic. What a joke. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Look at this. Ranceville. It's so ridiculous. I can play this, and then I can put a bunch of stats into play. I can play this and get a bunch of mana? Maybe that's slightly better here, just going the mana route. Do I push damage, or do I sack this Terrarium? I guess I'm going to sack the Terrarium. That doesn't matter. Alright, well, Zakama's going to show up, and I don't really have much to do about it. So there you go. It can kill 3 things. It cannot target Goldspan Dragon, but it doesn't have to because it has reach. It doesn't really matter. Why did they not crack the Heaped Harvest last turn? Oh, could they not have? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. We should play Zakama with only ramp spells and no other spells at all and see what happens. Airbender's Ascension. Alright. That was my opponent's top deck, by the way, if anyone was curious. Mono ramp spells. Right on the very turn they cast Zakama, they top deck their first non-ramp spell. They do target the... Wait, I thought it was... Oh, it's only spell. Oh. Well, that's dumb. Sure loves Zakama. I can swing for 8? Nope, no I can't. That is not true at all. I lied to you. I cannot do that. That's not a... I thought it was a treasure token this whole time. I thought it was a treasure token this whole time. I cannot kill it again. So, not sure what to do now. How? How are you doing this? What? How are you doing this? Okay, you got it. Yep. How? This is literally the 3rd day in a row where people have just ripped off the top the best thing in the universe. I don't understand. It's been 3 days. Look at my opponent's graveyard. It's a ramp spell, ramp spell, ramp spell, ramp spell, ramp spell, ramp spell. They run out of cards. They play all their lands. There's no cards in hand. They play Zakama. And then suddenly, now that they're in the Zakama casting phase of the game, suddenly they have these off the top. These aren't even lands. They're not. They didn't even draw. They're drawing these. It's just insane. I'm actually losing my mind. It's 3 days in a row where everyone's just top decking perfectly. I can maybe beat Zakama if it just happens once and is chilling. you know, just chilling, like lightning bolting my board, and I just find removal spells. Like, I have draws, but I can't stop the 25th Zakama mana. Like, I don't normally have like a variance issue because sometimes you just have a day where somebody, you know, your opponents just draw really well. That's fine. All right, it's just like playing poker or whatever. Your opponents just had really good hands and you didn't. You can still beat really good hands. It's a singleton 100 card format, you know. It goes both ways. It does. It goes both ways. To be fair, I had a high degree of a Johnny representation. Just playing, right? That happened, but it's just completely bonkers. Like, it doesn't get more in your face than Zakama. Just all ramp spells, and then, oh, I don't need any more? Alright, I'll just draw like the cloud shift effects, or the bounce ones. Flickering it doesn't work. You have to actually pick it back up. Airbending works. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I guess I don't get hung up on it too long. Let's just talk about this commander. So, oh yeah, Sword of the Meek was something I really wish I had in here, unfortunately. I got the wild card at the end there, but this card is like MVP in this deck, I feel. It's not insane. In fact, I'd argue every game I lost, it would not have then made me win. So take that for what you will. But like, a Johnny is just the best card in the deck and has nothing to do with any of the other cards in your deck. If you want to talk about specifically what Jansen's doing, apart from other just, you know, Dark Ritual, Reanimate, all that nonsense, it's just okay. Like, sometimes you have the perfect sequence of cards that is nigh unstoppable. Losing Chrome Mox is notable. You could probably play Mox Amber, but it feels a little weird to play Mox Amber, in my opinion. You do make a lot of treasures to play like 5 and 6 drops, but I'd say the games in which you would create a ton of value off of this with the treasure tokens, like cascading really fast. Well, I can't use the word cascading. It's a magic text. You know, exploding really quickly into 5 and 6 drops with treasures. The games in which you're doing that, you could, like, you've shown yourself to be able to do the thing you want to do unimpeded, and at the point at which you're casting something like Bolas' Citadel, you're probably already ahead, and you could just instead cast things that are good earlier, or when you're not exploding a bunch of treasures in play or something, and have those be better in the non-explosive treasure games. And I think that you're better for that, right? Just 1, 2, 3 drop is a better way to go here. Again, Halo Fountain is weird. I don't think I like it, but even Paradox Engine didn't do anything. It's kind of a lot of setup. It's not a ton, but it is a fair amount of setup for Paradox Engine to do things. I guess I could have also played the One Ring, but then we're going in a probably a lot slower direction. I don't think this is fast enough to kill people really quickly, and I'm sure there's a way to make it that way. Like, I had the Bombardment and the Fire Weaver. I don't think I ever actually played this. I took out Impact Tremors. I guess I could put it back in instead of something like Paradox Engine. Again, it's just like the setup required for this to go crazy is maybe too much, and you don't really want to ever sacrifice it to your Jansen, so it's just an artifact that is left alone. And there's no guarantee you go crazy with it, but it does make Oswald have like a much better thing to spin on 5. Well, actually, really the only thing to spin on 5, other than this thing, which, again, didn't do anything. You do need a fair amount of 1/1 creatures in play. Well, yeah, pretty much only coming from this thing is why I would play this. Like the 2 1/1s over and over, you kind of need a fair amount, and you, again, cannot actually sacrifice this to Jansen. So that only really feels good in games in which you have displayed the ability to do the thing you're trying to do unimpeded. And in those games, stuff like this is like a win more snowball, as opposed to, this is why I won the game. Whereas, like, where is it? Elspeth can just convert whatever you've got going on into a sudden win. This is like, because they don't fly, you're not necessarily converting the board state into a sudden win, like a Crater Hoof or something. So it feels a little bit more of a card that is only good when you're already ahead. And I would advise you to not play cards like that. So I gotta say I'm not a big fan of it. And I never even got it in play anyways. So the token doublers, Anointed Procession, Mondrak, I don't like them. I didn't even bother trying with them. You probably could try them, I guess. I mean, stuff like Gut just felt better when it comes to token generation. I mean, if you have Gut into Mondrak making 2 tokens, that's great, excellent. But you can't sacrifice Mondrak. You have to sack something else, right? It's not free. Yeah, just not a big fan of the token double, especially when they cost 4 and you have to cast them, which is most assuredly your entire turn, and then you start doing things. It's nice if, like, the saving grace is you do something with this and then you cast it. So, like, you play this on turn 3, and then turn 4 you cast it, and on that turn you have something to do with Jansen. That means Jansen has to be alive, and you also have to have stuff to do with it, which is, in this sequence, it demands that it's your 1-drop or your 2-drop that had something to do with that, and something that is ideal to sacrifice and not something you want to lose forever or whatever. So if you, like, apart from, I don't know, any of these 1-drops that care about this getting sacrificed, any of these 2-drops that I could sack, and then you cast this, and then you cast Mondrak, you sack the 1 or 2-drop that you, I suppose, could have already sacrificed, because it makes the other side of the tokens, right? If you sack a creature, you make the non-creatures. If you sack a non-creature, you make the creatures. So you can effectively loop off of 1 artifact, so you don't need to necessarily skip an activation turn to or have a second artifact or whatever to play Anointed Procession Mondrak on turn 4. So that's kind of interesting, right? It might be worth it with that line of thinking, but I don't know. It just requires your commanders in play, and you had something going on that whole time, and it's your entire turn, and that entire turn might just genuinely be you made 2 additional 1/1s, and then preceding turns you can start making a bunch of mana, right? It's something that is there with them. I don't hate them. What I didn't like is Esper Sentinel. This has been kind of a disappointing card lately. I was surprised about it. I don't have a way to make this large either. I liked this, though. Cogwork Progenitor is really neat. This is a really cool card in this deck. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty down the middle for me. Some games you go crazy, and other games it looks like you played a completely different deck. The variance, it felt, was massive, which could be, just how it was built as opposed to the card itself, but it is a bit vulnerable. It at least actually has haste, which is massive. If it didn't have haste, I think this is just basically unplayable. You can at least do something with it every time you cast it, or ideally you do. But yeah, there are games where you curve out with it and you feel great, and there are other games where you're just not in a position to cast it for like 5-6 turns, and that feels weird. So, but with that being said, there are at least 150 cards in the game that I think are fine to play with it. These are just the 99 I put in. There's probably a better iteration of this. I'd have to go back and see other Jan lists. I looked at Jan lists online. That's where this one actually started. It was one of the most recent ones, but it was still an old list because a lot of people, I guess, just don't play this thing. But every time I play against it, it seems to have a bit more going on than what I was able to do with it this time. So yeah, Zorn didn't do anything either. what is it? This did nothing, and it was in the deck. I had it a few times. Never made a treasure token with it. Not a single time. So with that logic, it just kind of confirms why I don't like Anointed Procession Mondrak. Because sure, you make 1/1s and the treasures, but this never worked. It never found a window to like put it in play and then have the thing continuously happen and also have it matter. So I just don't like token doublers. I mean, tokens as in general are kind of really weak, apart from, I think Heir Apparent has proven itself to be pretty viable, especially with like Elspeth just being a Crater Hoof in the command zone. I mean, honestly, I lost to a deck that just played 3-mana 3/3 hastes with no text other than haste. I just lost. Just 3-mana 3/3 haste, and then another one, and then another one. Like, that just was enough, and you can't ask for a more bare bones down the middle strategy to have a game against. And I got completely, well, not literally trampled over, but hasted out, which is a bad sign. I don't think, like, that's the ultimate question. Can you beat a 3-mana 3/3 haste every turn, starting on turn 3? Losing my voice, as is tradition at this point, really. But yeah, it plays a lot of cool cards. I would like to keep this one in the back of my mind for the future, and probably play it again, and change like 30 cards or something, because some of these just felt not great at all. Even like this, not that one. What is it? This one? I didn't like this at all. Like, you have to sack it itself to get the 1/1. It lets you choose, like, oh, I can sack this to make 1/1s with my commander, or I can sack it and then with the 1/1 make treasures with my commander. So you sort of choose what sack side you're using. Which side of the sack? I couldn't help myself. Which side of the sack you're using on this with this card. So that's kind of cool, but like, you're playing this, and you're playing this in a format where people have Entomb Reanimate, right? This is only going to go so far. It's cooler in maybe Artisan Brawl, but like, you know, there's cards like these are, you're playing against Ragavan, Tameo, Llanowar Elves. Like, what are we doing with this, right? There's cards like that. When you read some of these in isolation, you can only imagine what the strategy is that would make you want to play that in historic Brawl. Like this, literally Entomb Reanimate is a thing. Like, you're not, it's so hard to, you just got to accept those losses, I guess, and just find opponents that let you do stuff. Because otherwise, you know, you're playing vintage. So let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully with less crazy top decks from the opponents, because I'm over it. I'm over it. It's been 3 days. Please. 3 days in a row is a lot. It is a lot. Alright, get out of here.